All right, very nice. We're going to have members of the Nappy Roots group come in here next week because they have that L1C4 song that they were supposed to play a concert before football. Over the weekend, 1C4.
Cardinal fans, are you ready?
They're going to be in next Tuesday. Louisville basketball coach Rick Pitino is on the line now. Hey, Coach.
Terry, how are you?
Just grand, L1C4. Let's start with football. What'd you make of that ball game over the weekend, what Charlie's got in the house?
You know, I saw a quarter of it. I was on the road, and offensively, our quarterback looks great. You never know until you face real competition how good you really are, and not that UK's not good competition. It's just a very young football team. So it's I'm curious to see how good North Carolina is and see how good a game that will be.
Yeah, and Teddy's game was just phenomenal, and it is fun to watch a guy improve like that and just have full command of the field. Good
yeah,
fun.
He's got great size, great arm. He's very agile. He's going to be a fun one to watch.
All right, Coach P, we've all been, it's always basketball season in this part of the world, so I think everybody's been delighted to see some additions to the roster here. A few months ago, we hear about Montrez, then we hear about Mango, so your front line looks pretty formidable, like maybe they could be a football front line.
You know, Terry, we're real excited about our ball club. We're very deep. We do have a lot of tall players, which is something we haven't had in the past. We're very athletic. Our guys are growing, and it's the good thing about our program right now. It's and I'm going on I guess it's my 12th year, 13th year, something like that, and I've seen a transformation of our athletic programs. Not only are we back in the top 25 in football, our women's program is a top 10 program, our soccer programs, our golfing programs, our diving programs, our track programs. I've not seen this type of growth with all the programs, probably just witnessing all of them. And it's really fun to see because we've got some of the best coaches on the sport that have been around at any college.
Yeah, looking great. Your basketball schedule out today. You get these double trips with Notre Dame and South Florida, and who is it, Syracuse, the other one?
Yeah, Notre Dame and Syracuse and Louisville, they'll be the top three in our league. Notre Dame has all 5 starters back. You can just say it now. It's going to be an overtime or a double overtime game. It always is. Syracuse playing twice. It will be the last time we play them. Last year, the final top 5 RPI teams were Michigan State had the toughest schedule. We had the second toughest schedule, Ohio State, Kansas, and North Carolina. And we were real proud of that. This year, I think our non-conference schedule is even much more tougher than last season. Our conference will be just as difficult as well. The difference in the two schedules is we have to be ready early. Steve Masiello was begging us to play the opening game of the season. He knows he won 20-some-odd games last year. He knows he has everybody back. He knows we're not ready early on. And so I know the game he's up to. So we've got to be ready right away on Sunday the 11th. And then just a short while after that, we travel to the Bahamas, and we're going to play where 6 teams are ranked out of the 8 teams in that Atlanta shootout. So this is a very difficult schedule. We'll go on the road early in the season at Charleston, who almost beat us at home. We go at Memphis. Certainly we have Kentucky in there early on in the season. So it'll be a very difficult schedule, but this is a team, last year I booked a lot of home games and didn't want to leave home early. There's a reason for that type of scheduling. It's the type of players you have early on in the year, and this team is proved that they're worthy to play a tough schedule from the opening game on.
Yeah, you're playing a lot of great games in this, the potential games in the battle for Atlantis. However, your team is the one that may be coming in there with a 1 ranking, or certainly close to it. I see on Twitter this afternoon a lot of people are sending out tweets that say Lindy's has you picked number 1 and IU second and UK 5th.
Well, I think that's why it's important, Terry, how you finish up. It's as I look back, it's always meant a lot to me. You try to win the regular season championship, no question about it. That's very important. But I've always put extra emphasis, and all coaches are different. I've always put extra emphasis on winning the tournament at the end of the year, your conference tournament, because it gets you on a run. Your self-esteem is up. Your guys are paying attention. They're tuned into all those back-to-back games. And, I don't know exactly what my record would be. I know it was at Kentucky because we only lost one tournament game in 8 years, and that was the one where we won the championship. I don't know what it is at Louisville, but I know we had the most wins on the road since we joined the Big East, and now we have the most wins overall since we joined the Big East. So I think we're going to be tested right away, but this is a team, I don't know where we should be ranked, but I know this is a team that's very hungry, very humble to get the job done.
Peyton Siva, what does your formidable front line do for Peyton Siva?
Well, he, as you know, he's an early pick to be a top 5 All-American, and that's because he stayed for 4 years. He's earned that right. He's developed his game now to where he doesn't make the mistakes he made as a freshman, sophomore. He's a true point guard. He makes other people better. He has improved dramatically. Kevin Ware and Peyton Siva have worked extremely hard on improving their jump shot. Those two guys, we have spent an awful lot of time on really working on their technique. Both guys have improved dramatically. So he now, with the likes of Shane Bohannon and Gorky Zhang, and everybody was saying that Montrezl Harrell's going to come in and beat out Shane Bohannon. And I thought it was great when they started saying that, because the first few practices with Shane Bohannon, suddenly you saw a totally different Shane Bohannon, somebody who didn't feel comfortable in his own skin anymore. And I can tell you right now, it'll be very difficult for anybody on the basketball team to beat out Shane Bohannon.
I love hearing that, because he's a fighter anyway, and that's just going to make it that much better all the way through this. All right, Coach, before we run out of time here, Reese Gaines is now employed at Bellarmine University. What kind of coach do you think he's going to make?
You know, he came in to see me and said he'd like to get into coaching, and I said, Reese, it doesn't work that way. You start out as a graduate assistant. That means you can't get on the court. You already have a family. That's not the way for you to start out. The way to start out is you get in your car, you call Coach Davenport up. He doesn't have a full staff. You volunteer your services. You're not getting paid, but you can get on the court and teach. Once you get on the court and teach, now you have a resume. Now you're going to find out if you like to teach, how rewarding it is. And, you know, that's why you enter coaching. You enter coaching because you love to teach the game. You love to make players better. And the other rewards that you get out of it are secondary. And Reese is going to find out firsthand. I think he'll make an outstanding coach because he really loves being around guys. He's done a fabulous job of saving his money, playing those years, and I love to see that. So I think he's going to do great. Scotty is a great guy to learn under. And I know that Bellarmine program will be terrific. He'll come in an exhibition game. Then we'll be able to present a Bullet, who's playing for Pikeville. We'll be able to present him with his Final Four ring. So got a lot of exciting things going to happen. That's
mighty cool. And then Reese is in the exhibition and leads to Steve Masiello, where Reese hopes to be in terms of getting a coaching job, I guess, down the road.
Yeah, and I think he'll enjoy it. Like I tell everybody, you got to get on the court first, you know. Being a graduate, I was a graduate assistant. Being a grad assistant and going out and getting coffee and checking on classes in the rain and writing the form letters to people and so on. That's not the fun part about it. But when you get on the court and you teach, that's the fun part. When you can see players getting better at the small fundamentals of the game, that's when it becomes extremely rewarding.
All right, Coach Pitino, you've been up and down in this game. You were at the Final Four there, so do you feel like you after this summer of whatever, you know, relaxation, and I know you've been out recruiting and that too, but do you feel like you got another decade in you? How many more years?
You know, Terry, I read a John Wooden quote a while ago that he got from his dad, and I adopted it 3 years ago, and I believe in it, and I preach it to the players almost once a week, that you get the most out of every day and live every day as if you're going to die tomorrow, and then learn every day as if you're going to live forever. And that's all I'm trying to do right now. You know, people come in, can't wait for March. I said, not me. I'm turning 60 on September 18th. I can wait about 10 years for March. I just want to really, really get the most out of each day and live every day that's so crucial to making a basketball team better and spending time with my family. When that Final Four ended, we had a great time together with my family, with my friends, and I was so proud of those guys, the way they performed in the Big East tournament, the way they played in the NCAA tournament. It made it fun for all of us involved.
Happy birthday, 6-0.
I'm sorry. I feel bad even mentioning that number.
Oh, well, you didn't want me to call you Grandpa. And I saw your daughter-in-law a couple of days ago, and you're ready to be a grandpa again.
Yeah, about 5 or 6 times now.
All right, Coach. Great schedule. We're looking forward to getting out there. See you soon.
All right.
Rick Pitino, UofL schedule released today. We'll have more details for you coming up.